Hey guys, you're probably looking at the title and you're probably like, what is the game Grog? Well, that question has been asked to me a lot yesterday at my homeschool co-op. Speaking of homeschool co-op, I also saw Doberman and he saw my Super Mario Maker videos and he had some critiques. I'll talk about them in the videos when they come out. They will be coming out soon, don't worry. One thing that's not Super Mario Maker related is that DP is out of the hospital. Apparently it slipped my mind to tell you guys that. He would have been in the Super Mario Maker episode 3, but there's problems. I'll talk about that when the real one comes out. Anyways, he's at home. He's happy. The staph infection's probably on its last leg. It's almost all out of his system, but now he's not the only one with a leg injury in the family. So much has happened since I last saw you. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited for Thor Ragnarok. Anyways, if you haven't guessed it, I hurt my leg. It's actually looking a lot better today. It's a lot less swollen. Whenever I walked into the room at co-op, at least 3 people at 3 different times would ask me, what happened to your leg? And so depending on how much time I had, I either had to tell them the whole story or at least some of the story, depending on how much time I had. So here's the whole story for you. This story takes place last Sunday at youth group. It was a dark and stormy night. It was also pretty windy. And since of the bad weather, the youth leader thought it would be a great night to play Grog. I've heard of the game of Grog before previously, but I have never played it. And what is Grog, you might ask? Basically, all the lights turn off so it's pitch black, like when you want to do hide and seek in the dark. And so the youth leader hides pieces of a flashlight, usually like the lens and the battery and the body of the flashlight. Usually it's a bigger flashlight than this. And then he chooses out of the many kids a Grog. The Grog then hides in one of the rooms, and the kids then get sent out to search for the flashlight pieces. And if they step in the room with the Grog and so then the Grog will chase the kids everywhere. It doesn't matter if they're in the room or not in the room. It doesn't matter where they are. He'll chase them everywhere. And if the Grog tags you, then you have to go back to base. And then you just go back into the fray and try to find the flashlight pieces. Eventually, when the kids rebuild the flashlight, you can shine it on the Grog and kill it. Or, kill it. So the youth leader, to bunch us all up and put us in a room where he didn't want to turn off the lights, he puts us in his office, which is about the same size of my room right here. Now, clearly, you guys have only seen the back wall of my room, but it's pretty small that you could probably fit 4 people and they could talk comfortably. But there were 20 youth group kids. And so all of us were in this room, and everyone had something to say. So we're just all talking and the noise level is getting just up to your head that many people yelled, quiet, everyone stopped for a few seconds and they're just like, silence. And then we all started talking again. And eventually the youth group leader chooses one of my friends to be the Grog. I'm just gonna call this kid Grog for now. This kid was, he was a senior in high school and he was kind of a quiet sort of fellow, but he was also very high in the social ladder because when he talked, people would listen because he was either going to say something very wise or very funny. So anyways, the youth group leader chooses this timid kid to be the Grog, and so they go out, they hide the pieces of the flashlight, they put the Grog in the room, and we're all talking for like 5 minutes. So we're just like really loud, and eventually the youth group leader's like, it's done, guys. You can come on out. We all just start walking out. I'm surprised we didn't wake up the Grog then because it's just like we're all talking and it's pitch black. So eventually, some kids actually are crazy enough to step in a room and wake up the Grog. I wasn't one of them. I was in a completely different room, which I thought the Grog was in, but apparently he was not. And then they cause total chaos. Everyone is running around in the dark, many of them screaming and yelling, running back and forth, left and right, between the chairs. I would have said pews, but they use chairs. There's only pews in the back of the church. So I was one of those kids that used this chance to hide anywhere I thought was awesome. I hid between the chair pews. I ducked my head and rolled up like a ball. I hid under one of the pews in the back, and I was under the pew on my back, and I started doing like a reverse worm down to the end, which was kind of stupid. One of my other favorite hiding spots was actually under a table with a tablecloth, but then, yeah, the Grog found me. So eventually, I get cornered with the Grog in this one room, all by myself. And you know those times when you're cornered and there's only a table between you, and you try to run one way, but then the other person runs the other way, so you're indecisive, and then you're stuck. And so eventually, he tags me because I'm stupid. But what was really funny about the way he did it was he was just a completely different person. In the dark, he hopped onto the table with his legs bent like here, I'll show you. See? My legs are better. And then he started talking in like this really awesome voice. He's just like, Callum, precious, we must have felt the precious. And so just because I'm just a crazy person sometimes, I'm just like, no, Callum, don't do it. We must just dance to the Hobbitses. Yeah, neither of us knew that much about The Hobbit. I mean, I've read The Hobbit, I've seen The Hobbit, but I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan, I gotta admit it. But anyways, this was just really fun, and eventually he tags me, of course. But when I get back out, I just start chasing him, following him around. He's jumping on tables, doing the Gollum voice, cornering people. I'm just following him, doing the Gollum voice. Eventually, he traps me in the same room again, and he realizes that he's just not going to be able to tag me, and so he walks out. And so I follow him, doing this hop on the balls of my feet, and my left ankle bends in and crack. That was the noise it made. No joke. The good news was, I didn't think it was a break in the bones because I broke my right ankle 2 years ago, and it was so in such pain that I couldn't walk on it. And the left leg, when I sprained it on Sunday, I could walk on it. And what was really funny was when I sprained it, almost 2 seconds later, the lights go on, and so kids walked around in front of me like this into a room that was like right to my left. And following them was the assistant youth leader, and he goes, "What happened to you?" And I'm like, "I think I sprained my ankle." And so apparently, almost right after I sprained my ankle, the game was done. So that was good news. Then on Monday afterwards, we went to get it x-rayed at the hospital, and yeah, it was a sprain, no surprise. And then we went to co-op, so it's just a roundabout way of saying this. I guess I kinda ended the story on a flat note. I was telling the story at co-op, I only told like the ending part, like I sprained my ankle at youth group, and one kid goes, "You could have told a better story than that." And I go, "I didn't have enough time." And he's like, "Well, you know what? You could have just said that you were attacked by a shark or something." And I'm like, "Attacked by a shark, you say?" "Yes, I was attacked by a shark, and apparently I sprained my ankle in the process." That makes sense. So that's what happened in my week. If you're wondering about my Super Mario Maker, yes, I am going to make episode 3 very, very soon. It's just I'm having some technical difficulties, which I'll cover in that episode when I do make it. Also, I know many of you are wondering if my channel's gonna become more of a gaming channel because of Super Mario Maker, or if it's just gonna be a vlog channel. I'm gonna try to upload at least 1 video a week, as I've said before. Hopefully 2 videos a week, because recording gameplay is so easy, but it does take really long to edit. I will try to even it out from playing video games and doing random stuff, because I have so many good ideas, so much stuff I'd like to tell you guys. This was just one of the random things that happened to me this week that I thought you guys might want to know. So I'm probably going to do video games and vlogs, hopefully both once a week, but at least video games. You can count on that. That's all I have to say for today, guys, so hopefully I will see you in the next video.
I am Grog.
I am Grog. No. Okay, fine. Goodbye.